Hey Libra, I'm Empress Rose and welcome to your reading. These are general readings. There could be a couple different storylines coming through here. I might catch a wave, I might not catch a wave. If I don't catch a wave on this reading, you go ahead and check your moon, rising, Venus signs for any additional information. And everything's been already pre-shuffled, prayed over, and prepared. All right, Libra, we're going to start, of course, with the Oracle Mystical Moments deck. Okay. Yes. Let's see what we've got here. I'm going to take an intuitive reading. Okay. We've got two cards. Whew. Really? We've got treasured memories. It's something on your mind, something you're definitely in your memories. I mean, this is a pretty straightforward card. There's passion. There's something a little wild, maybe from your wilder days. You're not letting go of this memory at all. Typically when we think of clouds, you know, we think of there's cloud meditation where the thoughts come and then they dissipate or they travel through like clouds. But this cloud isn't traveling through. This cloud is staying and you're holding on to a treasured memory. It may be that this treasured memory gives you hope that you'll have good times again. It may be that this treasured memory is the last time you experienced a feeling like that or something like that. It could be a very important treasured memory. So sometimes people are like, we need to let go of the past, but sometimes the past really can sustain us into the future and can be a way of having hope that things were this way once. Perhaps one day again we'll be able to feel that happiness, that passion, that joy. You know, those memories help us imagine what's possible, what our futures could hold, maybe in different situations, but so it's not always bad to hold on to those memories. I mean, memories are precious. We don't have to let go to such an extent that we lose these beautiful things, beautiful memories of knowing that our lives have been beautiful and have had their beautiful moments. I just assumed they were good memories. Maybe they're bad memories. I don't know. But then you have liberty here. You're on the threshold of being freed of something. It's been on your mind for quite a long time. It's prompted a lot of reflection. It's involved your intuition here. And you have this star in your hand. Now there's a star right there ready for you to grab it. And you're just on the threshold here. You are in the doorway. Or it could be your heart that's in the doorway, just something that's ready to be freed. And it's right on the threshold. Decisions need to be made. I mean, it's little claws, like right on the threshold of that cage. All it needs to do is hop forward. Just a little hop, and it's free. I'm getting the same memory vibe with the hair here. Something about the hair, all these memories, all these stars. Something's going to be guiding you forward into a freedom. And so maybe this is some memories that you've held on to too tightly and you need to be released from and freed from. This is my favorite dress in the whole deck. I love this dress so much, that French blue. It's such a beautiful dress. Very simple, very plain. It's just a star right there, ready for you to grab. You're tempted by it. It's going to release you from something, possibly from these memories that you have been holding on to too tightly. When I say she has some long memories back here coming off of her head. It's referencing the past here. Something from the past could be released. Something from the past could be making a leap forward, crossing a threshold. All right, we're going to move to Moonology. A newish deck. No, Moonology. I don't want all of them. All right, Moonology. What do you got for Libras this week? What have you got? It's been a great deck to work with and get to know. Full moon in Scorpio. It's time to release negativity. So it's an emotional release, an emotional fulfillment. Something very fulfilling, emotional is ready to come in. You just need to make sure you're not holding on to negativity. So that's actually coloring how I'm seeing this, is this cage. Make sure you're letting anything that holds you back, anything that cages you, any of your fears that are holding you back, leave them behind. Make sure when you leave this cage here, that you leave the cage, that the cage doesn't become part of these treasured memories, but that you leave this negativity and this thing, whatever's holding you back, it's time. You're on the threshold of leaving that. So, if something's holding you back, if it's fears, release the negativity. So full moon in Scorpio. You're scared of getting stung here for sure. It's an emotionally fulfilling experience. The fullness of the experience is coming through. And it's time to release those fears, release the negative. Yeah, I guess I'm starting to think about this, like these treasured memories. And I was talking about how they, you hold on to them. And one of the reasons is so that you have hope going into the future, that as you move forward into the future, you feel like this could happen again. These treasured memories, these beautiful things that have happened to me in the past, this world does offer this. And so those beautiful things might be available to you in the future. And this is why you've clung so much to these memories. And this is saying, yes, these beautiful things might happen again in the future. Release the fear that, and in fact, you might be able to release these memories a little bit if you can go forward in confidence that you're going to have the emotional experience that these memories trigger in you. So if you can just remember that the future does hold very similar beautiful moments for you, and those beautiful feelings that you associate with this past. Don't be afraid that that's never going to happen again, or that those feelings, you'll never have those feelings again. You're being told, release that negativity, release the fears that, you don't have to hold those memories so tight if you're very certain, if you know that you're going to have beautiful experiences in the future. And you're being released of something. You're on the threshold of leaving sort of a negative cage behind, or something that's held you back, your fears behind, for true liberty. All right, we're going to the Santa Muerte deck for more information. Less intuition, more just card interpretation, although intuition does play part in this part. All right, Libras, this is your past, this is your present, this is your inner landscape, this is what's at issue, this is your environment, your to-do list, and your possible outcome. All right. Well, that's fascinating. In the past, you have this Page of Cups. This person or emotional experience, you didn't necessarily talk about it. You weren't very open about it, but it was an emotional new beginning, and you learned a lot. You learned so much from your feelings and your emotions. It was very fascinating. You were so open and excited, and it was a new beginning, lots of excitement and joy. Here you are with your cup of emotions, and here you are with your spoon, looking at what are these emotions made out of? What is the viscosity here? What are the elements in here? You were very curious and very excited with this new beginning, and your intuition was blossoming too. You didn't communicate, you kept a lot of it inside, but your third eye was opening up and seeing with new eyes this emotional new beginning. So this is maybe where these treasured memories started here. In the present moment, you have judgment. This is a return. This is the past returning to be re-examined and looked at. And here it's coming up. Here's this past item. It was a child. It was buried prematurely, perhaps not buried, but it died before its time. And here it's coming back, and it's very excited. to be back. It's a resurrection in the graveyard. Something was cut down way too soon, but as it's coming back with all the inner demons and all the issues that got buried with it. And there are some mixed feelings about it, but it is divinely guided. We have this sort of angel watching over it. It is divinely guided. It's time for this thing to be returned and to be re-examined and looked at and possibly judged. Like, was this valid? So this is way reminding me of these treasured memories. It's time to, something about that is coming back this week, and it's time to relook at them. It does look like something got cut down. We have the stump here cut down too soon. We've had maybe you've kept a little flame in the window there, and it is coming back with all the demons and everything it got buried with. So mostly it's very exciting, very thrilling return, but it is a return to look at what happened and look what we did and do we like it? So it's pretty miraculous, though. It's coming back to be judged. The past is coming back. So here we have this treasured memory, and it's coming back to be judged. So in your inner landscape, we have Temperance. So right now you might be having, you're balancing things out. You've got a desert over here, you've got a jungle over here, and you're making them, you're juggling them, bringing them into a more temperate climate. You've got your cactus and your water. You've got, this too is divinely guided. There's a lot of rays of light here, a lot of, not being able to directly look into the eye of God and spirit, but being able to see the effects in your environment. So this is the sun and the water. These extremes you might have, like this is your internal landscape. So you might be dealing with intellect versus emotion and trying to bring these two somehow into balance. Like, this doesn't make sense, but this feels appropriate, or this feels like the right thing to be feeling, but it intellectually doesn't make sense. So you're mixing these. This is my mixologist, my bartender of the deck. She's mixing drinks, making things that are okay by themselves super delicious. She's really good at it too. She's going to make a drink that is so good where the alcohol actually adds the flavor instead of competing with the flavor, and you can't really tell how strong it is because it's so well mixed. It's so perfectly mixed. You can't tell that it's strong because the alcohol is just blending seamlessly with the other flavors. So that's the work you're doing inside. I'm spitting here. That's the work you're doing inside. You're getting something going back and forth. Maybe you're angry. Maybe you're happy and elated, and you're balancing and juggling those and trying to bring them into some sort of tastier, more temperate climate that's more handleable and better. At issue is this Three of Cups. It's this getting together of the friends. So there might be some issue with relationships and friends this weekend where they're not working out very well. There might be a third-party situation. I'm taking this in the reverse here. So there is some heartbreak here. There might be a third-party situation that's keeping this from moving forward. Normally this would be friends getting together, celebrating successes, celebrating each other, just really enjoying being together in this Three of Cups. But it's in the reversal. So we're either not hanging out with our friends, or there's been some sort of issue with our friends and with our companions. And that's why I'm seeing a third-party situation, is because normally this should be a celebratory card, but if we're taking it in the reverse, then it definitely could be an issue with people having people on the side or something like that. And there's also it could just be not getting together with friends. Like, this whole issue could be, more easily, whatever you're facing right now. And so far everything looks really awesome. But if the situation that we're discussing right here, maybe we're not celebrating with our friends, and maybe we're, maybe it has to do with not being able to get together with our friends and people with the quarantine issue, and not being able to meet people, not being able to go places. So there's a couple different possibilities here. If you don't know of a third party situation, don't go making accusations based on a card I pulled. But if you do know, or you're aware that that's definitely a possibility, then this is what this is talking about. This beautiful, this thing from the past that's coming back, this beautiful emotional beginning from the past that's coming back and getting tempered here. Maybe it can't come back because of coronavirus, or maybe that just the issue is just that it's not, or the issue could be that there's somebody else involved, something like that. I don't usually do love storylines, so I mean, exclusively, it's like, what you're dealing with, what's forefront on your mind, and if this is triggering something for you, then go with that. It could be a work situation, remembering being really into your art or something like that, So, but there's something that's this whole situation is being held back. You're maybe not able to move out of this negativity as much as you want, because you're not being able to see people face to face, or because there is some heartbreak here that's just not allowing a forward movement. So I think this heartbreak could be this negativity that you need to release, and so that you can finish crossing this threshold. Oh my God, we have another threshold card. In your environment, you have the Knight of Cups. So yeah, but see, I'm seeing relationship here because we got a shit ton of cups. That's why. Well, not a shit ton. We got 3 out of a 7. That's a lot of cups out of 7. And then we've got pentacles here as well. Not as many, but so that's talking about money or something in real life here. So physicality. So we have this Knight of Cups here. This is a court card, so it's probably an actual person in your environment, not just a vibe. And the spirit of the animal, the spirit's going to cross a threshold long before the mind does here. So the Knight of Cups is mastering emotion. It's deeply emotional, and this horse that he's on is going to move through this threshold, out of this garden and into this new world. That horse is going. That horse is moving. This guy's mind is looking at the past still, but this horse has moved through the threshold and is moving forward. So we have 2 threshold cards, and we have animals on the threshold while the humans are looking someplace else. So this is really talking to me about instinct is moving forward. Your animal self, or somebody else's animal self, is moving forward. This is definitely somebody else, so this could be somebody else. The other person involved here too is definitely moving forward while their mind is elsewhere. I mean, does she even know that she's enticing this bird out of this cage? She's looking a totally different direction. And same here, right? This guy and this man and this woman looking totally different directions. Meanwhile, these animals are about to escape the cage, and are some instinctual thing is going to move forward this week. Either just with you, just with the other person, because this could be another person or another situation. So some part of this situation is going to instinctually move forward, and everybody's brains are going to be looking someplace else when that happens. And then your to-do list is this 4 of Pentacles, the most confusing card in this deck for me. So the 4 of Pentacles is traditionally hold on to your money, hold on to your life, hold on to things. That's what this would be calling you to do in any other deck, is to hold on. It's okay it's saying it's okay to cling to these memories. It's okay to hold on to the star. It's okay to hold on to what you have. You're releasing negativity, but you're holding on to everything else. Excuse me. That's just a throat tickle, and I don't have a cup of water here right now. So, but this one is a little weird. This is like a bride. So the bride in this deck is usually some sort of divine being, protective being. That's how she's usually portrayed in every other card. So we have this protective being here, an angel really, or she's always a bride. So we have this protection, but she's kind of playing with her dollhouse here. So you may be being toyed with fate, or you need to get into control. Maybe bring a playful vibe. I mean, this does have such a playful vibe to it. I'm not sure the villagers are really excited about the playful vibe, and it's an unsettled energy. I'm just trying to look for clues. Every time I get this card, I'm just like, I've read up about it. It doesn't make sense. I don't see it in this card. I don't understand. Four of Pentacles. It has to do with money. It has to do with the bank and gifts. So I'm just going to go through here and call out different. So it's like a dollhouse. She's playing with different people. We've got a bank. We've got gifts. We've got a courtyard. We've got sort of people bringing their wares to market. We've got a marketplace here. And she's really playing, though. You know, she doesn't mean to be scaring anybody. She's just playing. So you're supposed to go into this energy where you are maybe playing with your money a little bit, but you're in control. You're in charge. I think you're just in charge of your resources. Like, you're in charge of your imagination. You're in charge of your resources. Just make sure you're controlling what's yours, and make sure you're very clear. So this is the reading I'm getting today. Make sure you're clear on what's yours and what's not yours to control and to do with. So your to-do list is to get clarity on what's yours and what's not yours. Your job, not your job. Your feelings, not your feelings. Your ideas, not your ideas. That's what I'm getting. I might pull a clarifier on that. Oh no, we're already pretty far into this. And then a possible outcome here is the Seven of Pentacles. This is making calculations, figuring out what goes where, figuring out the details of something. So yeah, you're crossing a threshold. And I think maybe it might be this play. Release negativity, but embrace play. Like, what belongs here, what's not. I mean, because that's your other to-do list over here is the moon telling you it's time to release negativity. And then this is telling you it's time to take what's yours and take what's yours, grab what's yours, it's yours, take it, and then make the calculations later. So I think that's the same vibe we're getting from these cards, is like, cross the threshold, the heart crosses the threshold, and then brain's going to be left making the calculations later, trying to figure out what's going on here. But the heart's going to just move forward all by itself, and then your brain's just going to have to catch up. So yeah, so you're releasing negativity and taking what's yours this week. And it has something to do with some sort of past situation coming back. Inner demons and all. All right, Libra, I should come up with some sort of like tagline at the end, just for my sake, so I know how to end these videos rather than like, okay, hope that was helpful. But I do really appreciate all your likes, subscribes, and comments. I find them so exciting and helpful, and they're wonderful. And I just think I have the best watchers here on YouTube. You guys are so encouraging and wonderful and beautiful people. So thank you, Libra.